to Talk About Cora. Heard on Rockland World Radio every Wednesday evening at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to check out the archives by clicking on the Archives and Programs button located on our menu bar. And now the host of Talk About Cora, Miss Cora Harrell.
Well, hello, and how are you? Welcome to Talk About Cora, where we talk about fashion, beauty, celebrity, and glamour. Well, today you're going to be in for a great big surprise. I have a special guest for you, and her name is Denise Michelle Johnson. Denise is a singer. She's a songwriter. She's an actress. She has done voiceovers. And she has even worked with the Jackson 5 family. She's going to call in today. And what I want to let you know is that she has worked on films such as Are We There Yet? She has done television for One More Day, which is the Harpo Films ABC. That's the Oprah Winfrey Network. She has worked with Reggie Jackson and just so many different people. It's such a privilege and an honor to have her calling in on today. We are so super excited. She's going to tell us a little bit about her background, how she was inspired. She's going to tell us about her journey and how she became so successful. She may even be giving you a few tips on what you can do to achieve your goals as well. Cora, are you on the line?
Hi, Cora. This is Denise Michelle.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I was just talking about you a little bit. You've accomplished so many different things, and just tell the viewers a little bit about your background. Let's start there first, and then we'll get a little deeper.
Sure. Well, I think even from a baby, my mother said I was singing in the crib. So I love music. I've always been singing since I was a small child. And then as I got into elementary school, I really developed the love of acting. So my background is theater primarily, and then I ended up going to college and studying theater, and also along the way doing lots of pageants and showcases and training and all that stuff you need as a performer, just building your experience and building your resume.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's wonderful. So there are a few things that I like to touch on. Tell me a little bit about Are We There Yet? I know that was a film that you mentioned that you were in. How'd you...
It was actually a TV series that Ali Leroy did with Ice Cube.
Yes.
Was he on Ice Cube? Yes. So I just did a small acting part on that. Are We There Yet? It was filming in Stamford, Connecticut. Unfortunately, now it's off the air, but I got to do a little acting with Terry Crews.
Okay.
Very funny, nice man, and Essence Atkins, who were the two leads on the show.
Okay. So tell me about For One More Day. That was on the Harpo Films, ABC?
Are you saying Once More with Feeling?
Yes.
Yes, Once More with Feeling. That was a movie with Chaz Commentary that I did.
Mm-hmm.
I played a singer, so that it wasn't really a huge stretch for me, but it was great. And I competed against him, and he actually won in the film. But it was a great experience, like working with him. And there's another woman from the TV show The Sopranos. And that film was released in 2010, and it went to Sundance, and it was on cable. And so that was a great experience, and that's really where I was able to get my SAG card.
Right.
So now I'm union.
Okay, good. I like that.
It took such a long time. There's no one path to getting your union status, but I'm grateful to finally have.
Good. Now, I know that when you want to get into the SAG, I know that usually there's a long waiting list. Was it a long process before you...
It was a long process. It's just that there's no one way to do it, and you either can get waivers doing background work, but or you have to book a role, a speaking part in a role, which is what I did.
Okay.
But I also had a couple of waivers. So there's still no rhyme or reason, but there were two different unions, Screen Actors Guild and AFTRA, and they merged in 2012.
Okay.
So now they are one union.
Oh.
Unfortunately, for a lot of actors out there, because there's so many people coming in from AFTRA as a SAG, like there's been a lot less work,
Right.
unfortunately, for union people. And I think also, a lot of productions are looking for non-union. So that's the irony. But I'm still proud to have my union status, and I'm looking forward to continuing to, build my resume and get bigger parts in union projects.
Yeah, well, your resume is quite extensive. I'm sure you're not going to have a problem. Now, is there a fee for the application?
For Screen Actors Guild,
Yes.
that is another
That's another whole
issue.
segment,
That's
huh?
another issue, yeah. And the irony is a lot of actors don't have a lot of money.
Right.
But I think now the fee to get in is probably $2,500
Wow.
plus.
Yeah.
And the Screen Actors Guild really doesn't want any payment plans, so you kind of have to come up with that money all at once. So
All at
it was
once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people have to scrape for that, and then hopefully, some people are lucky and they're able to get it in right away. But
Right.
it worked out for me, so
I'm so
thankfully.
happy. Good. All right, so now tell us about the your book project and the song that you wrote for the Jackson family, and that's Michael Jackson's
For
family
it
that I'm
was a
talking
tribute
about.
song to Michael Jackson, and it's actually
Yes.
the Broken Heartstone Project. And I was the singer and songwriter whose song was selected by the Jackson estate
Uh-huh.
to go into a book called The Broken Heartstone, which is the world's most famous handprint, Michael Jackson, King of Pop.
Yes.
And the gentleman's name is Andrew Wilson, who is a 5-time world kung fu champion, and he was a friend of Michael's.
Mhm.
And let me give you a little bit of background on the book.
Please do.
In 1984, Michael Jackson had his footprints and his handprints and autographs went into wet cement for the Riviera Hotel in Las Vegas. Unfortunately, the hotel has been torn down only this year, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
And then the city, they canceled it was called the Walk of Fame project. They canceled it.
Mhm.
And then all his impressions were forgotten in the basement for over 2 decades.
Right.
No one even knew because he didn't put any impressions anywhere else, and nobody knew they existed.
Mhm.
And then after he passed away, they found it, and Andrew Wilson was the one who ended up buying it, kept it from going over to the Middle East to someone who wanted to buy it, and now the prints sit in the Mann's Chinese Theater in Hollywood. That's the one where you see all the stars with their
Yes.
impressions there, and it's a legacy for everyone who loves Michael can go now and see that and put their hand in his hand.
Yes.
But that's what the book does, because we actually have an impression from the Broken Heartstone of Michael's hand, so you can, when you open the book, you can actually put your hand in Michael's hand. So those who can't make the trip out to Mann's Chinese Theater can actually have that experience,
Uh-huh.
and a lot of people get really emotional behind that.
Right.
So
yeah.
my song is in the book,
Mhm.
and last August, actually, they have it every year since Michael passed away. Katherine Jackson does a tribute during his birthday weekend
Okay.
to Michael, and performers come from all over, and I was chosen to be in that, and I got to perform the song for Katherine Jackson and Rebbie Jackson and some of the other Jackson family members. So it was wonderful. They're very sweet people, and we're still working on getting the book out. I gave her a copy of the book and a copy of the song. She really appreciated that.
Uh-huh.
But we want to do something bigger with them down the road in terms of that. So that's still in progress in terms of getting the message out about universal love. Because what I failed to say was Michael's handprint has a heart in the middle of it.
Yes.
So, like most people, you don't see a heart in the middle every day, and then there's also a crack. So that's why it's called the Broken Heart Stone. But Michael had a lot of love for his fans and love for humanity.
Yes, he did.
And we want to spread that universal message of love that he had for everyone, and use that to do good things, and help nonprofits and help charities and help people.
Yes.
So that's ultimately what we want to do.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Now, how did you get that project? How did you get connected with that? That's a big deal.
I have to say God, because I'd say divine appointments.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of my part-time gigs when I'm not acting is I work for one of the best cancer doctors in the world, Dr. Dana Flavin.
Okay.
She has a nonprofit called CollMed, CollMed.org.
Yes.
And her niece happened to be out in California in a Target store back in 2012. So this is something that's like 3 years in the making here.
Oh.
And she ran into a gentleman who said he was looking to do a documentary on Michael Jackson.
Yes.
And he was looking for a singer to write a song. And she recommended me. And I started working on it. And in the meantime, I had gone to church, and this woman had prophesied to me that there was going to be a song that I was going to write that everyone would know. So we're in the process of getting the song out in the larger way, but I would say it was definitely a divine appointment the way Andy and I connected. And he's a wonderful man, and it's been an interesting, fun ride, getting this book out, and we're actually looking to try to get it, get larger distribution through a major publishing house.
Oh, right. That sounds great. Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for calling in, and do keep me posted. You have all my information. I'm sure we'll be talking again soon, and I'll probably call you later on sometime tonight.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to say, if people wanted to reach me, they can reach out to me on Facebook, Denise Michelle.
Right.
I'm in Connecticut, so in case there's other Denise Michelles out there, on Facebook. And I also have an electronic dance music project coming out called Wave Mob, featuring Denise Michelle. So people can go to either Facebook, SoundCloud, Twitter, Instagram, and it's /Wave Mob, WAVMOB.
Okay. Now, do you have your own personal website that they might want to go to if they want to reach you as well?
That's under construction as we speak. So,
okay.
But if they could check me out on Facebook or contact me via Facebook, that'd be wonderful.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Michelle. I'll talk
Thank
to
you,
you
Cora.
again.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome, dear. And I want you to have a wonderful evening.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Bye-bye.
And Rich, I want to get this picture. And we can close out. We want to thank the beautiful Michelle for calling in. She has done so many great things, and she has worked with Katherine Jackson, which is the late Michael Jackson's mother. They are in the process of getting a fabulous book published, and she has also written a song. We'll keep you posted on this. Thank you. This is Cora Harrell. I am the host of Talk About It, Cora, where we talk about fashion, beauty, celebrity, and glamour. I'll see you next week, same time, same place. Ciao. Is that good, Rich?